Welcome to Facing Reality to the final three MasterChef Canada contestants.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All women finale, which obviously I love to see.
Woohoo.
You guys represented so hard. I have so many things I want to hear from you. First, I need to congratulate you all because I think this season has been across the board from any of the cooking competition shows I've seen. One of the hardest, one of the toughest. They really put you guys through the ringer. And right from week one, some of the talent that was going home right from the very beginning has been, in my opinion, some of the best talent we've ever seen on reality television show cooking history. So to go back to the start, I want to know what your guys' relationship with reality television was before the inkling of ever being on it comes into your mind. So were you a fan of the genre? And like, if so, what type of shows? Liz, let's start with you.
Um, yes, you nailed it. I am a shameless reality TV fan, predominantly food reality TV. So I've seen like every episode of MasterChef of all the countries, Top Chef, Top Chef or MasterChef Professionals. I've seen it all. I love it all. I watch it on repeat all the time. For me, like, there's nothing better than coming home, cooking in my kitchen, and having an episode of MasterChef of some country playing on while I'm doing that. So yes, I love reality TV.
I love that vibe. And I have to ask, since you are a little bit of an expert through the countries, I feel like Canada has to be one of the best ones.
Definitely. Canada is like a perfect mix, I think, of like feeling a little bit homey, like it's not some other countries, I shall not name names, are a little bit, I would say, too dramatic. They're like throwing out dishes, the judges are spitting things out. It's a little bit like sad to see. We're just home cooks here. So I think Canada is a little bit more homely, very encouraging of all of the cooks, and the cooks you can see are friends. But it's also still really challenging. It's not all hooray, like rah rah. There is a little bit of drama added in as well. So Canada for sure.
Oh, there's some drama, that's for sure. I had my heart was racing a bunch of times. Veronica, I know you grew up in a kind of isolated city, a historic city in China. So I'm interested in your relationship with reality television, like from the past, and then maybe once you started like thinking about it a little bit more of like, oh, this is something I could see myself doing.
Yeah. So I just watched double the amount of the reality TV shows compared to I guess everyone, I guess. But essentially growing
Great.
up China, I think I was naturally drawn to a lot of like cooking shows like this. But mo those are more like maybe focused on Chinese cooking. And then when I moved to Canada about like 10 years ago, I think I was really like I was watching a lot of YouTube shows. I think that was my kind of learning channel for a very long time. I would binge watch like so many videos from like one YouTuber, like just to get a sense of what they're doing. And it's just so like satisfying, like to understand, like learn all the techniques. But then reality TV show, like I would still say like cooking and competition is one of my favorite. I watch all the previous seasons of MasterChef when I was in undergrad. I think that was maybe season one. Yeah, and then I was like, I think my friend told me like, oh, I should apply. But then I think back then, there's a requirement for you to be either like a PR or like Canadian citizen. I was like, oh, I can't do this. So fast forward like 10 years later, I think one day I was like, wait a sec, like I saw the social media account from MasterChef. I was like, oh, they deleted all the previous posts. Something is happening. And then I saw the casting open and then I applied and I'm so honored to be like part of this amazing like competition with these amazing cooks. So yeah, like reality cooking is so fun and then getting to know all the behind the scene works and then just seeing the set in real life, it's truly an amazing experience.
Oh, that's so cool. You hit a bunch of things I want to mention. YouTube has, I feel like, blown up, and it's so interesting because you get to see like people's actual kitchens, and it feels like they're in a comfortable space. So I also like watching those cooking YouTube videos, and there's so much more of those. And then I love, do you think maybe you could give us like a couple Chinese cooking reality shows that, because I love the concept of watching reality television from another country. And what's like the best cooking show, do you think?
Yeah. So I'll give you one YouTuber that I really like, and then one like reality TV show that I recently
Amazing.
watched. My favorite like Chinese food cooking YouTuber, one of them is Amanda Taste. I think she was an international student, I believe, in UK, and then I think that's when she started like filming for YouTube, and then she posts like really good techniques, and then just breaks down all the techniques really well. So I really like her YouTube channel. And then for a reality TV show, for those who loved Culinary Class War on Netflix, there's a very basically like similar version in China, like with similar setup. Like everyone's competing, like using like niche ingredients, like some random mushrooms from Yunnan, and then some, different types of herbs that you don't normally see. So that was like a really fun show to watch.
Oh, I love that. Okay, notes taken. Marianne, your turn.
I
Tell me
also
everything about your reality TV loves, hates, dislikes, likes.
love it. Love it. I love especially cooking, obviously, but I love Survivor. I love Amazing
Oh
Race.
my
Those
God,
are
yes.
all really good ones. In regards to me ever wanting to be on one, absolutely not. No, like no desire. That was so not my thing, but I love watching them.
And then, so what changed your mind? Like, what was the first germ?
Oh, my husband made me do it.
I love that.
Oh,
And
I
through,
did not want to do it. It was like we submitted it like a minute before the application was due. And he's like, honey, you got to do this. And I was like, he kept nagging. I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'll just do this video. Nothing's going to come of it. Whatever. Right. And then it just kept progressing. And I'm so happy I did it though.
that's what I tell people about applying. Do the video. Think about whether you want to actually do the show or not after. Because
Right.
it's not like you're locked in right from the start
Oh,
where they're like, hey, you said you were interested. You're on TV, you know? So I'm like, don't think even too much about that because that's when the pressure starts to feel. And I do feel like it's easier to just take in little bits like that. Like, okay,
yeah.
not think about the video. And then you're like, okay, maybe I'll do a little interview. And then as you get closer, it just kind of seems less daunting, I feel.
Yeah.
And I also love that your husband did that because through these different iterations of this series, I've found that that's what it takes a lot of time, is like our friends or our family, someone who sees this from the outside a little bit to be like, no, this is perfect for you. Like it's worth it. It's a huge sacrifice, I know. So, I mean, thank you all for taking the risk and showing up on reality television as your authentic selves because it is hard, but I think most of us need that little push from outside. So I'm so glad your husband did that. Um, how does it feel to be in the final three?
Surreal.
Yeah.
Like it's like an out of body experience. Never did I ever expect like that scene from the last challenge where we get to take off our white aprons and put on the white jacket. I was like giddy and like, what is happening? This is somebody else's life, not my life. It was so cool. So cool.
And Veronica, I have to ask because you've been really strong right from the start. So for someone watching, it's like Veronica must have known she was going to be in the finals the whole time. But so I have to ask, what's that like from your perspective?
I think for me, it was just every challenge, one challenge at a time. I don't think I was expecting much. I think for two reasons. One is I didn't do well in the first challenge, like the lamb chop. It was like before, I guess if you pass that challenge, you get like a first apron. Like Liz did really well, and Marianne did really well as well. But then I don't know, so many things went wrong on that dish. I was like, oh, I don't even know if I'm gonna get a white apron from this. But throughout the challenge, I think I adapted really well. And then I think I also surprised myself in terms of how well I perform under pressure. And then, yeah, so I think my expectation wasn't that high going into going into MasterChef. But then another reason was also I watched Culinary Classic War, I think, not too long ago before MasterChef. And then I was really inspired by one of the chefs who didn't win in the competition, but he showcased so much about how much he loved food, how much, like the creativity and just being authentic to himself. So I think that's kind of my mentality going into each challenge. I'm just here to cook a dish that I love every time. And then I hope, the viewers like it. I hope the judges like it. And then, one challenge after another, and then here we are. We're all in the finale.
I love that. And that's so true, is just like all our you just got to kind of keep your head down and get through it, and hopefully you look up and the masterpiece has presented itself. And I love what you said about adaptability and creativity, because that comes through. Like, this is what these competition shows are really all about. It's not just being good at something. It's about kind of being able to do it under the pressure. Marianne, I feel like you're extra good at that. I wrote down, like, I've been keeping notes every week, and adaptable, adapted. It was like under your name a bunch of times. Like, where is that part of your personality? Is it part of like your culinary mission? How are you so good at kind of like handling the pressure and just doing what needs to be done?
Oh, well, I don't know about handling the pressure. I feel like there was a lot of fake it till you make it kind of action happening. Everyone's like, you look so cool and collected. I was like, I was not. Having said that, like I kind of grew up, my background, like my mom, I grew up on a cattle ranch, and she was like a lot of European influence. And so she was a really good cook, my mom I'm talking about. And so everything was from scratch, and she never used recipes. And so it was kind of like making what you had in your house and whatever was available. So I feel like cooking like that at home kind of helped me maybe switch like on a dime on something that I didn't work out, but then I could make something else happen. So I think that's kind of, where that comes from. And
Oh,
also, like, honestly, sometimes it's just luck. I don't know. Like sometimes like I don't know how that happened or whatever, but
I call that magic.
yes, magic.
Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful. I can't congratulate you guys enough. I want to ask you so many more questions, but I know you have a big, huge day of press ahead of you. So I'll just ask you, did that pressure, did all the sacrifices, because reality TV is hard work. That's what I'm trying to get through to this series. So was it worth it? Did you get what you were looking for? And where can we find you online so we can keep up with your story? Liz, let's start with you and we'll go around.
Sure. 100% worth it. I think if you asked me while it was filming and when we were like in the trenches, my answer might have been a little bit different. And I don't want to speak on behalf of these other ladies, but I'm pretty sure we had this exact same conversation. It was really, really hard. It was way harder than I could have ever imagined. And this competition honestly pushed me beyond my wildest dreams. With that said, it was also the most rewarding thing I've ever done, putting myself out there. And again, congrats to these two other ladies for doing the same. And everyone, like, it is not easy, as you know, Sarah, like going on TV and putting yourself in front of the country. So I'm proud of doing what I did. It was super rewarding. I don't regret it for a second. And if you ask me if I would do it again now, 100%. This is like type 2 fun to a T. For sure. And then I guess your next question was, where can you find me? I have an Instagram page called Plated by Liz, so check me out there.
We definitely will. You guys got me
Thank
tearing
you.
up. I'm so proud and happy for you. And just, it's been such an incredible season. Veronica, what's your take on what did you get out of this experience?
Like basically everything Liz said, like it's totally worth it. Just, apply first, one step at a time, and then see where you like it takes you. I think I got a lot of things out of MasterChef. I think meeting, just everyone, every cast on the season, like it's amazing this connection that we have built, and also just getting through this experience, like the behind the scene. There's so much work that was put in to make a good reality TV show. I think that's something I learned. And then, the amazing team that supported us throughout the challenge. So yeah, like there's really nothing you can lose. I feel like, so just, apply and then hope for the best. And then in terms of where you can find me, I'm also on Instagram at Veronica Nom Nom. I, I spent so much time to figure out a good name. If you have good name suggestions, I'm also open to it.
Change it. I love it.
Nothing's better than that. Marianne?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, totally outside of my comfort zone. Would never have pictured myself doing this. And I think it's like it's super vulnerable. Like looking back, even just seeing yourself with like black makeup on your eye because you're rubbing it and you're sweaty and and everyone sees that. And then also putting something on a plate that is so vulnerable because you're not thinking about this. You're not thinking about the creative, thing you're going to be plating. It's very raw. Everything that you are cooking on instincts, and here it is for the world to see. So it's a super vulnerable experience, but I think it's also really important. I have two kids. And so that was always my motivation. I'm like, I don't want them to do life scared. I want them to take risks, put themselves out there. We're all just human, you know what I mean? And just go for it. And I think being on reality TV, it kind of shows other people that it's okay to be human. So that is kind of my takeaway. Again, the hardest, by far the hardest, like even just mentally, it was difficult, but worth it.
I love that. And that is it for reality TV. The power of that. Like, I'm going to steal that. It's like, we're just humans. It's
Right.
showing that human beings, we have emotions, we have feelings, and it does take a huge amount of vulnerability. So I can't thank you guys enough. And Marianne, yeah, where can we find you online?
Yeah, I'm also on Instagram, and it's just my name, so Marianne Smeaton.
Okay, perfect. I'll be following you along. Congratulations. We can't wait to see the finale. Can't thank you guys all enough. And thank you for joining me here today as well.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
I was not recording. Oh, yes, I was. Yes.